Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, and I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. I am a Gen X Indigo, higher than a Sigma and higher than an Alpha. I have no sins, and I'm a god. You are all little gods. I'm not talking about the big G in the sky, which most people who are delusionals who believe in. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the delusional Jesus bumpers and the Allah bumpers out there. Get off my page. Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, but I try to keep it down under nitty-gritty, under 10 minutes. It goes over 10 minutes to something very, very, very important, not important to liberals, libertarians, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people that drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Going down a rabbit hole, not up your asshole, dog. But anyway, let's get on with the topic for today. I was watching this video. I think it was called Whatever, okay? But of course, they said whatever in the background where these bimbos was talking. As I said before, this video is going to be something that most people ain't going to be talking about on the internet. So I'm going to title it Gen X's and their perspective. Real Alpha Gen X's. I'm an Alpha Gen X, by the way. I'm a Gen X, yeah. Gen X's were born in the 1970s. All right, if you're born in 1980s, you're a Gen Z. Okay, you're a millennial. That means you mainly work on your emotions. You don't like research. All right, so let's just keep this clear. Get the information from a real Alpha Gen X, because there are some Gen X's out there who lived in the 70s and they believe that sleep on everybody works. Okay, all right, so you got to be careful with that. Okay, all right, so this is a perspective of a Gen X, Alpha Gen X Indigo child, which you will not find on the internet, because you can read my credentials down below. No man can do those things. About virginity. All right, so I saw this video on the internet, and I want to make it very clear. Most people don't know what an alpha is. They usually look at an image because of Andrew Tate's, and they're attractive type of guys. So they'll talk about common knowledge stuff, which is not really scientific, but it's just stuff about accountability and self-well-being, which is cool. It's no problem, because as I said before, I'm the one who brought and started that motherfucking Kevin Samuels and also that Passport Boy, so I'm going to boast about it, because a lot of people don't know about me. I work in the background, by the way. I don't work actually in the front. And people ever ask me to come and meet them for a certain amount of money, I wouldn't come to meet them, because I'm not really interested, and I'm not that ambitious. I do things on my own. I don't trust people. As I said before, I love animals more than humans. But let's get on with the topic for today. Do you guys remember Julia Childs and Transformers and Thundercats? I was raised in that era. I was in the streets in Brooklyn, New York, the Bed-Stuy. I talked to a couple of Italians to get some pointers. Yeah, I could have been killed a few times, but I had to get this vital information to get out there, because a lot of times when you hear millennials creating videos or something like that, they're not talking from a Gen X perspective. They're just going on the internet. They have to get their shit from the media. All my shit is unscripted. I'm just telling you how it is. Okay, so like, for example, like simp right now means a weak person, but technically it really means suckers investing in mediocre pussy. Pimps told me that if you settle for a female who's already lost her virginity, your spiritual energy will be gone. You'll be zapped. All women, they told me, are a liability. All of them. The word love is a form of respect. It should not be traded for anything else, because what happens is that people are in this platonic emotions, okay? And then they think that's love, but it's really basically puppy dog attraction. Puppy dog love is basically not used these days. Okay, you know I'm Gen X. Okay, I don't even care what millennials are saying about me. Okay, when I say stuff like getting to the nitty gritty, that's old school talk. Okay, if life gives you lemons, make babies. That's even older than if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I think about shit and what I was learned from back in the days, and I'm just trying to tell you how it is. Okay, so virginity is important to alphas. Alphas don't have relationships. You ain't gonna see it nowhere. Okay, if they do, they're gonna be sounding like me. Like my wife was a virgin, and I was focused on polygyny. I actually have videos. Yes, I'm on PORNHUB, and I am actually on Fans Only. I am not a whoremonger. I am not a beta alpha male who wants to be a whoremonger, because a beta is. Let's go down the list here. There's only 3 different types of men out there. Now, a lot of millennials want to make up sigmas and omegas, which they can never be. But we're just going to basically narrow it down to 3 types of men. Beta men are most men. So, in general, if you're reading about a sigma or a fucking alpha, you're not going to be that, and it's impossible because they don't have the educational background. But a beta, I'm going to tell you right now, a beta is just a man in his emotions. He's in his low, eager energy, vibrational frequencies. And there's a lot of men who, some of them are very highly intelligent. Like I watched The Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, I remember the nerds and the geeks and all of the guys who are the Big Bang Theory and shit like that. Those guys are beta, okay? All right, these are the save for best for last fools. Okay, most of the time they're fools. They're highly intelligent though, because I've been called a nerd a couple times because they get a little technical. But I try to not to use technical terms to try to be arrogant. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But I did fit in with the nerds and playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was there. I remember, I know about constitutions, I know about heroes, I know the whole shebang, but I have so much knowledge that I can't contain all of it, so I just take the bits and pieces that I can remember, okay? So I'm a Gen X, a nerdy, geeky type of guy, and so what? I don't care. But betas are most men. Betas are most women, okay? All right? Beta women are the ones who wear makeup, okay? Those are beta women, okay? And usually 9 times out of 10, they don't like beta men. Beta men are average-looking Joe Schmoes. All right, those are the Johns. Those are the ones that pay for the subscription fees or the fans only. These are the guys that make women popular. Most beta men pay large sums of money. Sugar daddies are betas. All right, sugar daddies are betas. Okay, so we got to understand what a beta is. A beta is most men are about 80%. Now, the beta women, however, don't like beta men because they're either too nice, too average looking, too basic, okay, and they don't have the discipline to understand the hobbies of a male anyway. So it doesn't matter. They'll look towards a beta alpha. What is a beta alpha? A beta alpha male is someone who's highly attractive. Mainly attraction gets them their pussy. And 9 times out of 10, if they're that attractive, they gonna say also shit like Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels to say anything that they're players or whatever, because basically their attraction gets them all of the girls. All right, they're 8, 9s, and 10s because I've seen it too many times when I was in high school. I'm like, damn, this dude is just attractive. He don't have no brain here. Okay, so 80% of the beta women gravitate towards the 25% of beta alpha males. Okay, all right. All right, so we got that out of the way so far. You're following me? You're sticking with me now? Now, alphas is a dime a dozen. You're not going to find them too much. You're not going to, they don't exist. And if any female says this, they know what an alpha, because the alpha is strict, focused, disciplined. You may want to consider them sigmas. I don't care. You want to consider them omegas on the high pedestal? Okay, I'm higher than all of them. I'm indigo. I don't socialize with nobody. But I get ass. I inspect ass. I'm pretty goddamn creative. I'm a gynecologist, but I do too many things for women. Just read my credentials down below. I am not a person who exploits women. I actually give education to women, kind of like Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels went too far, okay? You know, he kind of left me in the dust, but I don't mind that, okay? You know, I'm not jealous at all by talking about him. I'm just saying I wish I could have kept in touch with him about that blue bull. He kept drinking that goddamn blue bull, and you already know how he died now. The last person he was with was a white, high yellow Milano chick, okay? He died from that, okay? He probably got poisoned. I told him about those Red Bulls, man. Just stay away from the Red Bulls, peoples. It says it can give you wings. It will give you wings, okay? Because I used to pass out on certain concoctions that were like coffee and shit like that. And I'll be like, I'll be dizzy playing basketball because I'm really athletic. Okay, you know, watch the coffee. The coffee is not the same as it used to be. It has carcinogens in them. Just go read about the bad qualities of coffee, because they sometimes mix it with certain things and yada, yada, yada. But anyway, virginity is important to alphas. So anytime you hear an alpha talk, he's going to talk about virginity. If you ever see a pimp on the internet talking about how he fucks his hoes, his 304s, he is not a true alpha. To me, he's like on the bad side of a beta alpha. He's just using women. He's a womanizer. I've tried to search and see all up and down. I've been on the internet since the MySpace, baby. Even before I had the big phone too. I had the fucking pager. I was walking around with that shit. Women was disrespecting me because my teeth was fucked up, but my game was fucking too tight. My swag in my mouth, and that don't sound right, but it's right. I could take your female from you. Guys used to pay me to take their girl away from them with a simple phone call. That's me, okay? Don't do that, okay? Because a lot of attractive guys, I'll be like, hey, I'll test your girl right now, and I'll take your girl. This makes you pay me my money, okay? A lot of people are broke these days, All right, but virginity is important to alpha. So if anytime he's a real alpha, he's going to focus on virginity, polygyny, and the fucking father. Okay, there's other things you got to deal with. But okay, I'm trying to tell you, you know, the pimps told me my wife is overseas. And I was like, oh, shit. How much work I got to do? You know how very hard it is to find decent women? There are far more good men and are also virgin men out there than there are women. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. I repeat again. You can do the research. You can go out there. Any man that's average. I said average looking Joe Smo. And he's talking to a female who's average Joe Smo, female. That's different. Okay, and she ain't wearing no makeup. Okay, you know, women who wear makeup have insecurity problems. They have daddy issues. My daughters will never wear the makeup. Okay, and as I said before, to you passport boys, don't bring your wives back unless you plan on getting rich. Okay, you know, see, yeah. Because basically my ex-wife was a virgin, and I'm going to tell you right now, she started wearing makeup. She didn't wear makeup in Ethiopia. Something changed in her. Something snapped. Okay, so I had to get rid of her. I had to divorce her, get the child support and alimony, and now she's on her way to the streets. But I don't want her to be on the streets because I'm kind. I am kind, like 300, okay? But please, please, guys, if you want to be alpha, you come to me. You don't go to Kevin Samuels. You don't go to Andrew Tate. I'm trying to tell you. Those young bucks didn't got shit. As a matter of fact, Kevin Samuels was older than me, but he didn't have the game. He didn't know nothing about no pimpology and shit like that. Even though he sounded like a pimp, he kind of had a little flowerness in him. He had a little sugar in him. I gotta be careful with guys like that, because the way you look, I'm not disrespecting him, because me and him, we used to be cool. He used to comment on my channel. My channel is crazy. My channel is crazy because I'm myself. My channel is crazy, yeah. Yeah, people don't like me because I look kind of eccentric or esoteric a certain way. They get biased like a motherfucker. But anyway, I'm talking about the perspective of alpha Gen X's on the perspective of virginity. It's very important. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put a link down below of this video I was watching. And I was getting annoyed. I couldn't watch the whole video. And these girls was just stupid, okay? You women, okay, if you're watching this, get your father's approval. Okay, y'all don't have to lose your virginity. Don't stick nothing up in there. Don't break your hymen. Horses ain't gonna break that hymen unless you really lose down there and you were born like that genetically, but that's something completely different. Trust me, when you ride horses, it ain't gonna break. That is it's a membrane, baby. I'm a Dr. fucking Roof in this bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now. You sticking things in there, you're fucking your shit up, and nobody else gonna want you. I had a situation when I traveled to Gambia and shit, and I fucked with this female. She said she tried to lie, okay, and say she was a fucking virgin. I found out she wasn't. So I did still try to negotiate with her, but because she did cream a lot. I got my videos. I got my videos. The dark chocolate sister. I got it. But you guys gotta understand. Y'all gotta stop talking so much like you think you're alpha and shit. I see a Boca, B-O-A, you know, he's trying to copy off my shit a little bit, but I don't mind. Go ahead and take little tidbits. You know, there's a couple other guys that's trying to not talk to me, and they think they know the game. They got like 3 or 4 things, but they ain't got all of it. They don't got all the shit. Virginity is very important. Even in Deuteronomy, in religion itself, it is important. You know, religion is a patriarch. Religion is created by man, because they're gods and they're lords. There's our saviors, okay? But other than that, that's all I really want to say about virginity. It is very important for a woman to not have a high body count. Okay, a high body count. Even if she's broken through once, she's garbage to an alpha. He's not gonna deal with her. That's why a lot of beta men marry up women. Trust me, I didn't believe in marriage. When I was overseas, my Holy Spirit was telling me I gotta marry her and bring her back and then get her sister and shit. I'm the only one that did that. No one else did that. I lived in Ethiopia for 2 years. I know how it is. I know about 22 words in Aramaic. Yes, I do. But trust me on this. You don't want to bring them back because there's a high chance they're going to change. And I thought she wasn't going to change because she's a virgin. I made a mistake. But it really wasn't a mistake because I really didn't want to marry her in the first place. But my Holy Spirit told me to do, whatever my Holy Spirit, I'm schizo. I'm Jesus, motherfuckers. I'm your Allah. I don't have sins. You can make mistakes, but if you keep making mistakes the same over and over, then you're a sinner. I'm not a sinner. I just don't constantly make mistakes or anything and not learn from it. Okay, you're a sinner if you keep making mistakes. Everybody's born in the lustful sin of the body. Okay, you know, metaphorically that is correct. Okay, but even Jesus died and Allah died, so you know they was born in sin too. But they didn't keep sinning. They did perfect things. They did righteous things. But they don't exist. Those guys don't exist. None of those people. God doesn't exist. Sorry to burst your bubble. Santa Claus don't exist. The Easter Bunny don't exist. And you know the difference. You just have to do your research. You're just lazy. Religious people are very lazy. They don't want to do research. They don't want to, their bubble to be burst. If they're religious, I'm not talking about religion in this goddamn video. I'm talking about virginity. It's very important to alphas. If you're a Sigma, you definitely don't. You know, it's the same thing, okay? Alphas and Sigmas get along. We don't need to be jealous. And when you have emotion, you don't have any education. You're gone. I teach my daughters about, I discipline them when they have that emotion shit. You get rid of that shit. Start educating yourself because you will be disciplined and served quickly with an alpha. As a matter of fact, there's psychopath alphas out there. Y'all got to be careful. Women disappear and babies get killed every day because of irresponsibility and lack of discipline. The people who's doing the killing is either sociopaths or psychopaths. You would never catch a psychopath. And alpha paths, you know, that's like me. Yeah, you ain't catching me. If it's a dead body happen, it ain't me, because I use magic, goddammit. I don't fuck with that physicality. There's no evidence. If I say you're going to die, you are going to die. The aliens is going to take you away from off the planet. Okay, and the courts will come to me like a suspect, and I'm like, I don't know where she at. I don't know where the bitch is at. I did tell her that I know aliens. They don't let me go. I said, the aliens, they take you away. Not my problem. I did warn you. I'm a fucking warlock when it comes down to people who like war, who are evil. I'm a person who I seek out the devil sometimes. Okay, and I'll be like, hey, you know, I talk to the devil and angels all the time. But trust me on this, you know, a lot of people don't focus on virginity. The Jezebel will always try to reflect. They'll always say, oh, you ain't worried. You worried about my virginity. Hey, what about you? What's your body count? You can actually find out the body count of a woman easily. The only way you can find out a high body count on a man is if he got warts on his dick or some kind of STDs. You can see it on his dick or some shit. But you got to know what you're looking for. But women, you can actually tell because I'm a gynecologist. I told you, I checked a lot of women's pussies in the past. Vaginas, coochies, Gucci moochies, Gucci mamas, okay? Loosey gooseys. I checked too many of them and I say, oh, you can look at it. Some of them you can just tell they got Arby's meat real quick, okay? Okay, and then it has a smell to it because their pH balance is off because they're fucking smoking and shit. And they're going around dancing with the coochies all funky and shit. Wearing tight clothes to try to attract fucking beta alpha whoremongers and shit. That's on them. They have no fathers. Same thing for you guys. You need a father. I'm out here. I'm a community leader. I help children all the time. Tell them all the time. You want to be a real man? You do this. You want to be just like everybody else? You do that. It's not hard. You want to do drugs? You want to do vaping? You want to that's child stuff. Right? And there's a choice. There was to be consequence when you get older. And you can't say you wasn't warned because you're a sinner. You're living in lust. Okay? And most people are living in lust. They don't like discipline. Okay? Trust me on that. But that's all I really got to say about Alpha Gen X's perspective. Okay? That's my perspective. I'm actually indigo. So I'm not going to stop calling myself alpha. Because a lot of people are taking those things out of text. They don't know what it means to be alpha. Alpha means you're disciplined. You do not fuck around. A lot of times people call people psychos. They don't know what that word means. They don't know what manipulation means or manipulative mean. They don't know what those words are. They'll think of polygyny. They'll think of polyandry. Polygyny. Okay, not polygyny is this one form of polygamy that is done for one man with multiple wives. Okay, but that's a generalized term. Okay, when you say about polygamy, you're talking about a generalized term for many different terms. Okay, polyandry is actually when one woman's messing with multiple guys. Okay, so y'all gotta get those terminologies fixed up. Okay, you really do gotta fix that shit up, but you don't understand how that works. But trust me on this: if you need someone to talk to, you know how to contact me on my goddamn Patreon. I got 2 patrons, but they might not last because they're broke. Okay, there's a lot of people who are broke. Okay, you can't pay $20 a month for actually services from me. When you talk to me, I talk to you virtually. We are talking for at least about an hour about shit you need to know. Okay, right? And then you can share my knowledge to other people, but don't copy my shit because you end up dying like Kevin Samuels. And I keep telling people, don't copy someone's shit like and you went through it and you didn't go through it. I could tell you some fucking stories, man. How my chances, when I first met women and shit, when my teeth was fucked up, when I met a hermaphrodite, when I was talking to the pimps, when I was talking to Italians, I could tell you all sorts of crazy shit, man. But you gotta contact me. You gotta pay. As a matter of fact, before you pay, you can contact me in my Facebook. I'm on Facebook most of the time, peoples. Marthious, no, it's X. Okay, not Marthious, no, it's XMandell Evansx. It's down there below. Just read it. You don't like to read? Don't even contact me. Don't contact me if you don't like reading. Because there's a lot of stupid people in the world. Ignorance is bliss. Okay? The asses of masses. They're everywhere, man. They're very biased bitches, biased bigots, fucking feminine Nazis and shit, cancel culture. All the motherfuckers are uneducated. Okay? But anyway, I digress here. I love you all, but I hate the minute of you. I love animals, but I don't fuck the animals. And guess what I want to say, babies? I hope you learned something for what is virginity. I hope you learned something from this motherfucking video. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Though I do know some homosexuals, okay? Yeah, I'm not no homo, though. I'm no homo. I understand your mindset. I understand that they like things as a fetish. There's a lot of people who like fetishes, weird fetishes. But sometimes them fetishes could be dangerous, so you better be careful. Because I'm never close to anybody on the internet. Never, okay? If I meet you, you better be on your P's and fucking Q's, because I will cut you quick. Other than that, hope you learned something. Peace.